basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way you dribble up and down the court, just like I'm looking on the microphone. So it's Dr. J and Moses Malone. I like slam dunks, it takes me to the beat. My favorite play is the alley-oop. I like the pick and roll, I like the give and go, cause it's basketball. Mr. Curtis
down the middle. Oh, and Nolan pass rises up. Here comes the hook. Yes, sir. Bill Russell comes up big again. Clever surveys the court. Makes his move to pull in for two. Dumping into West. Game 5 baseline.
I used to go to dinner with Taylor girls. Tiny Pickens, Earl, Pearl, and Will. Leo and Jerry West play basketball. It's very fast. Basketball has always been my thing. I like Magic Bird and Bernard King. And number 33, my man, Kurt Reed, is the center of my starting team.
Yeah, okay. That's how we play it. Make it look easy, made it way too easy. Make it look easy, made it way too easy. Make it look easy, made it way too easy. Make it look easy, made it way too easy. Can't walk a day inside my size 12. Not mentally ready for the places my mind dwell. When I think about everything I'm faced with, man, will I prevail? No, I didn't come this far to lose, only time will tell. Haters wanna copy me and study my moves. Every year I rejuvenate, it's like I'm new and improved. You can see it's me and my crew, it's so elusive, excuse the way we act. Refuse the kiddie rap, y'all can keep that. The way I jumped in this game was nothing to sneeze at. A lot of people spoke foul words, they had to eat that. Oops, I mean eat those. This the life that we chose. Making the thing look easy to the clock we 000. I make it look easy, way too easy. You can never be me or see me, please believe me. I make it look easy, way too easy. You can never be me or see me, please believe me. I make it look easy, way too easy. You can never be me or see me, please believe me. I make it look easy, way too easy. You can never be me or see me, please believe me. I'm easy, yeah. I made a name up in my size 12, and I ride well. Now the world is my clientele, and I'm crushing all competition because they rhyme still. From the beginning, I was winning, you was down to fail. Ain't no filler, I get illest thriller on the beat. Guess I got the upper hand, I'm never dealing with defeat. Wanna win so bad, sometimes at night it's difficult to sleep. From a neighborhood where folks couldn't keep they chillin' out the street. But I made it out in one piece, luckily. Bad luck was ducking me. See, some situations could've got ugly.
Hello and welcome. I'm Damon Bruce here with you as we get ready for a little NBA action on 2K Sports. It's Thanksgiving Day. Time to make room for a little NBA action. It'll be Blake Griffin and the Los Angeles Clippers facing off against Danny Granger and the Indiana Pacers. See you at halftime.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. From everyone here at 2K. Sports. With Doris Burke, Mark Kellogg, and Steve Kerr, this is Kevin Harlan. Nothing like the NBA for Turkey Day. And it's time to check the starting five, brought to you by State Farm. First for the Clippers, Chris Paul is out there at 4. And the big man manning the post, DeAndre Jordan. They utilize his abilities to maintain that presence under the rim. And it's Caron Butler, and it's Griffin in at the 4 slot. And then for the Indiana Pacers, and Stevenson is out there with Paul George. And filling the paint, it's the big man, Roy Hibbert. He's a big part of that presence down low. Then there's Danny Granger, and it's Hansbrough in at the 4-man position.
Well, the Clippers made so much improvement last year, but one area they struggled, they only went 13-17 against the weaker Eastern Conference. So that's a number they'd like to improve upon this year.
And the Pacers start off with the ball. And Griffin picks him up defensively. Griffin with the steal. Paul, right side. Paul, right side. Here's Griffin. Blocked. Now the Pacers with it. Back to Granger. George working against Butler. Now here is George. And Hibbert with the basket on the assist by George. Here's Paul.
And what I love about Danny Granger is he's really good at both ends of the floor. A versatile defender. He can rebound. And, of course, offensively, he's dynamic.
Let's find out now what head coach Vinny Del Negro had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, he didn't budge the fact that this is a defense that can strike fear into the hearts of opponents. While he knows it won't be an easy task to overcome, he feels his team is prepared to do what they need to do to succeed. He said, "We know what we're up against. I don't think they know what we bring to the table." Sounds confident enough, guys.
Terrific, Doris. Thanks. They put a lot of thought into how they're going to match up against the opposing defense, guys.
Well, one of the things you got to do here, Kevin, and Steve, you can't afford empty possessions against this team. You've got to put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, that's for sure, Clark. You got to make them count because you know you're not going to get a lot of open looks. So make sure you make the defense move the ball, try to get good looks, and make them pay. Good job there. No hesitation taking the ball right to the rack.
You know what, guys? Always the best plan in that situation.
You know, the one thing that's held Danny Granger back early in his career, he's had some injury issues to deal with.
Yeah, he has, but last season I thought he was pretty healthy, and he carried the burden for the Pacers offensively. If you can get a little help in that area, though, I think it would serve him very well. You know, for the Pacers last season, they really had a difficult time against Western Conference teams. Only going 9-21 in those matchups.
You talked about the troubles, Clark, against the Western Conference. For whatever reason, Steve, they struggled to defend Western Conference opponents.
Well, I thought the biggest thing was the West was so much deeper than the East last year, Kevin. The East had some strong teams at the top, but overall a weaker field of teams. When you go out West, and on a nightly basis, you're going against a really tough team. I think that's the disparity in the numbers for Indiana. Unnecessary pass there. He's got to make a better decision.
Right on the money with that assist, guys. Great entry pass.
For the Clippers, it's been a slow start here. 6-point game. And it's rejected. Pacers leading by 6. From 11 feet away. That's good.
Boy, it's been a hot shooting first quarter for them so far.
Steve, it's been fun to watch. The shots are dropping, and it's led to an excellent start.
Griffin kicks to Foy. Shot to stop the run. Here's Butler, and the layup is good. Butler's got his first basket.
You know, the hardest part of that play was getting to the rebound. After that, it was easy.
Here's George, and the rebound goes to Griffin.
Vinny Del Negro didn't have an easy go of it leading the way for the Clippers in his first year coaching that team, but he was able to get them to up their win total, and that's something to build off of.
Fires from 14. They get it back. He gathers, rises up, and throws it down.
You know, everybody's got a job to do. Each player has a role in clearing space under the boards. That's his.
And then collecting on the second chance points, Clark. So important.
And is he hard to handle in the paint? Just so strong, and he attacks.
Hibbert. Basket good. Hibbert's got his second basket.
Well, getting back to Del Negro, Clark, this is a team that has a lot of young talent. You got Blake Griffin to build around, but it's had a losing culture for so long. So this is a tough job. He's got to really change their style, get them to buy into playing defense and playing together, and try to build some momentum with a franchise that really never has had any.
No one near him. A nice shot by George. George has got 6 points.
Wow, has he caught fire this quarter, shooting the ball with tremendous confidence.
Now here's Paul. Defense right on him. Misses from short range.
Tell you what, things just aren't bouncing his way this quarter.
Now George. 6 points for him. Covered by Foy. A nice shot by George. He's got 8.
Well, they keep going right back to the paint, and who can blame them? I mean, they're getting it done in there.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 buckets, guys, have come from inside the lane area, so I'd expect them to continue to go inside right at the defense.
Paul passes to Griffin. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 6 points for Blake Griffin. From 17 feet out. Got it off in time, but it's no good. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Pacers lead by 6.
It was pretty impressive the way they moved the ball, made the extra.
Thanks for joining us in this Thanksgiving presentation of the NBA. Here's Paul.
You know, guys, I like what the Clippers have done. They have added some really good young talent to build on, and they're looking to improve upon their 9-32 road record of last season.
From deep, Phillips. Shot is no good, and Indiana will go the other way with it. And Paul over to help. Tries it from the top of the key. That drops. A young team like the Clippers, Steve, what do you think are some of the keys to winning on the road?
Well, it starts with defense and rebounding because when you go on the road, you can't count on making long shots and getting transition and finding easy points. The game's going to be tougher, so you have to defend and rebound to give yourself a chance.
There are times when as a team, you find yourself missing shots that you know you normally make. I mean, that's just part of the game. But that's when you have to dig deep, stay focused, commit to playing defense, and count on your defense to keep you in there and eventually to bail you out of situations when your shot's not falling.
And with 6 full seasons in the book for Chris Paul, I think we can start to see how he measures up against some of the all-time great point guards. He has all the tools to be compared with some of those guys, but in the end, you got to win rings to be considered one of the great players of all time.
The kick outside to Butler. And Granger picks him up defensively, and it's Butler missing. Answering what you said about Paul earlier, it does just come down to rings in the end. Clark, where do you think he stacks up as of right now?
Well, I've got a bone of contention first. I don't think it comes down to rings. Clearly, that's part of it, okay? That's part of it. But in a team sport, it takes more than just your brilliance to win a ring. So great players, to me, aren't necessarily going to always end up with a ring. That being said, Chris Paul at his position is on par for being compared to the best at the position. And a ring, whether he gets a ring or not, to me it's about production over a long period of time, which determines an individual's greatness as a basketball player.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Clippers traded away their first-round pick last season to the Cavs. At the time, because the draft was not supposed to be that great, they didn't think too highly of it, saying they didn't see anyone they particularly thought of that high in the draft. But it ended up being the #1 overall selection. We'll see how that pick pans out over the next several years, guys.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
You know, it certainly isn't paying off in the short term.
Well, obviously, after the fact, you say, well, they should have kept the pick. They'd either have Derek Williams or Kyrie Irving right now, but it's too late now. And at the time, they were just trying to save money, and they felt like they had their positions covered.
The kick outside to Butler. Granger covering. Pushes up. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Well, defense starts at the rim. I mean, you want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside.
And there's the turnover. Pass going out of bounds.
Well, you look at this Pacers roster, a nice young blend of talent and size, some versatility. They had the flexibility this past summer to add some other nice players. So this team seems to be on the rise.
Phillips from outside, and the rebound goes to the Pacers. Here is Stevenson. Chris Paul covering, and George kicks to Stevenson. And Billups over to help. Open look. The shot by George, no good. And you know, as Steve was just saying about the youth and options for this Indiana team, we were already able to see some of that impact in last year's playoffs.
And that was so important, Kevin, for the team to get to the playoffs, to be able to show the fans that passion and hard work and competitive spirit and promise of the young players. And I think for the fans, it was a case of everybody starting to see that there's new hope in store for the Indiana Pacers going forward.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
Clippers trailed by 6. They double-team Griffin. And it's Paul missing.
Well, I tell you what, guys, his struggles from the field have definitely taken their toll on the team today.
And the Pacers call time here.
You got to keep everybody on the same page. They need to get their heads together. That's the goal.
Mo Williams is checked in for the Clippers. Here is Stevenson. Over Williams. And the basket by Stevenson. And it's an 8-point Pacer lead. Outside Williams. Picked by Griffin. Left side, Billups. Out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Here's Williams. Clock at 6. And here is Billups. Hibbert with the block.
He's still looking for his first points of the game.
George with the ball. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
And they will hold for the last shot.
Yeah, good clock management is essential here. Boy, that is a sweet feed from his teammate there.
Pacers leading by 6. Here is Stevenson. 6 points for him. Inside to Hibbert. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Hibbert's got 8.
Yeah, he didn't have to slow down at all, guys. Just perfectly timed pass it. And you're asking a lot out of your teammate to try to handle that pass. I don't like that decision at all.
And so that's the end of the first.
Hello, I'm Damon Bruce. Can I interest you?
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Clippers trail by 8.
You know, Roy Hibbert was taken 17th by the Pacers back in 2008. Granger was the 17th pick in 2005. Both have proven to be good acquisitions for Indiana.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Guys, Blake Griffin was last year's Rookie of the Year, but of course he was drafted back in 2009 and suffered a fractured kneecap in the preseason that forced him to miss the rest of the year. Asked about the injury, he said, "It made me become more patient, and that fire, the love of the game grew even more. My leg is getting even stronger because of all the time I've put into strengthening every muscle around my knee. I think I'm in even better shape. I just want to stay healthy. The rest, I truly believe, will take care of itself." His rookie season, proof of that, gentlemen.
He's become the face of the franchise, Doris. Thank you. Back to Hibbert, Clark, a 7-2 pivot. He's got soft hands, rebounds, can score inside, and has a nice hook shot. And Steve, you even were telling me before the game he can even step back for a jumper that you would respect.
Yeah, he can knock it down from long range, Kevin. And he's an underrated passer, too. The Pacers really ran a lot of offense through him. So this is a young kid who's really developing into a solid center in this league.
And that one falls for Stevenson. He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, the Pacers historically have always been tough on their home court. And last season was no different. 24-17 in Indianapolis. One of the reasons the Pacers made the playoffs.
And Jordan gets it to go.
Not a lot going wrong for them on offense in the early part of the third. I mean, that's 3 makes on 4 tries now.
Danny Granger, the bucket on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists in the game. Well, Clark, you know all about this Indiana team being in their front office. Dead last in attendance last season, averaging just a little over 13,000 fans. But the team gave the diehard fans something to care about with the playoff experience.
Yeah, they certainly did, and hopefully that'll catapult more fans into coming back to Conseco. In 2001, the team averaged almost 18,000 fans. If the team gets back to contention, you know Indiana loves basketball, and those fans will be back.
Stevenson. Hansbrough dishes to George. Nice movement. Hansbrough, the pass to Granger. Stevenson kicks to Hansbrough. He's picked up by Jordan. There's the dish to Stevenson. Puts up a 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Griffin's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And they're struggling a little bit on the glass. They've got to pick up their physical play in the paint.
Yeah, it's about being tougher and more physical, just as you said, Steve. If they can do that better, they've got a chance to come back.
And George with the stuff.
I think he wanted some one-on-one time with the rim. He wasn't letting that thing go.
Now, a little pose up there hanging on the rim, just kind of showing off a little bit, Clark.
It's stolen by Hansbrough. And here they come. Goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
That's how it works. Your defense feeds into the offense.
Yeah, excellent work, I thought. Solid work on both ends in that particular sequence.
Here is Stevenson, who's guarded by Billups. And again, it's Indiana converting.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
Yeah, this team is really looking to get out and run.
The 3 is launched. But they get it back.
And one of the keys for this team is securing defensive rebounds. Keep them off the offensive glass.
Well, that's the period for the sentence of your defense, rebounding the ball.
That's good.
Well, they've got to do something defensively because he's been unstoppable.
And defensively, Steve, your only choice now is to double him. I mean, I don't think there's another option. Boy, you look at Blake Griffin's background, really interesting. Coached by his dad in high school, played with his brother Taylor in high school and college, actually was part of a couple of high school championship teams.
From the baseline. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Clippers trail by 10. Paul kicks to Griffin. And stolen by Granger. So will break. Here's George. Oh! And now, here's the Sprite Slam Cam replay.
Decided to go with a little trickery. Went to the reverse. You got to love that.
We don't get to see too many of those.
No, we got to savor that one for sure.
Here's Griffin. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, Blake Griffin has a little small-town flavor to him. Grew up in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. He seems to be handling the bright lights of L.A. quite nicely. Great charisma and terrific basketball skill.
And he sinks the second. Homeschooled for a while, too, Clark was Blake Griffin. Now in Los Angeles, a charismatic kid with a ready smile. He doesn't seem to get too out of place in the glitz and glamour, Steve, around Hollywood.
No, he's well raised. I mean, he's got a good family, good head on his shoulders, and I think that's so important these days for a young player because it's easy to get caught up in the NBA lifestyle. Blake Griffin doesn't appear to be somebody who's going to fall into that trap.
There's the bucket, good. Here is Stevenson. 12 points for him. Hibbert kicks to Granger, and Griffin picks him up defensively. And it's Hibbert missing. Hibbert is tagged with the reach. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And the first one at the line is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 19 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here is Stevenson. He dishes it to George. Granger for the 3. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Paul George really... 31. It's time for the fourth quarter and time to check in with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Spark Report. Hi, Doris.
Hey, Kevin, for that great stretch the Pacers put together, they get the Sprite Spark Award. It's been defense, defense, and more defense all game as they keep adding to their lead. This kind of defensive pressure is exactly what they've been looking for, and it's worked wonders so far.
Great stuff as always, Doris. Thank you. Clark, that was the game's critical point.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I really think it was. I mean, it really tipped things in their favor. No doubt about it.
And that's going to happen to you when you keep piling up those points and you get on a run like that.
Phillips with the bucket.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
Now here's Paul. Stevenson is whistled for reaching in. That's his third foul of the game. Here's Paul. Hibbert on the double team. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. 6 points for Chris Paul.
Been a little too easy for them inside, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, Steve. I mean, they've really dictated the action in the paint. That's been their focus, and the defense hasn't mounted much resistance at all. So now that's twice we've seen the offense collapse. That's back-to-back empty trips because of turnover.
Yeah, and that's going to be a problem because now all of a sudden you start turning the ball over, you lose all offensive rhythm and flow.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Chris Paul still had a fantastic season a year ago, but the numbers slipped a little bit, and you have to wonder if that knee injury, can he sustain his production over the coming years?
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. His advice clear-cut. I want to see you playing to win, not playing not to lose. I don't care what the lead is. We do not back off.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Stolen away.
Excellent steal that time. Pesky defensive play on his part.
Here's the three. A nice shot by George. And the Pacers lead by 6.
This team just looking to run at every opportunity.
Circles around them is what they're doing. I mean, pushing the tempo and really enjoying an advantage there.
Stevenson, it's called for the reach. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Here's Billups. Defended by George. Billups dishes to Griffin. There's the feed to Paul.
You know, guys, you look at it, one turnover in the game, sometimes that can get overlooked. But I think it shows how well he's playing. I mean, he's really making the most of every possession.
Ranger against Billups. And then Hibbert with the dunk. And stolen by Hibbert.
Careless play there. You've got to avoid those kind of turnovers.
Yeah, you really do, Steve. I mean, those really take a toll on you. They deflate any kind of rhythm you're trying to build.
Here is Stevenson. Just 5 on the clock. Over Paul. Second shot opportunity. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Well, I like that good teamwork there.
Well, it looks like they really enjoy playing with each other.
You could see the eye contact, a little nod to each other, and the lob was on its way.
Running out of time. Here is Stevenson. Caron Butler covering. Ball against George. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Here is Paul. An easy 2 points on the layup. Paul's got 4 this quarter.
Very few players have his explosiveness. I mean, man, can he ever glide to get to that rim? George against Billups.
Here is Stevenson. 5 on the clock. Defended by Paul. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Here's the Clippers. Trailing here by 8.
That's his third turnover here in the fourth quarter. It's going to be tough for this team to come back.
Well, he needs to come up with a few big shots here in the fourth for all the times that he's given away the rock.
Granger for the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And the official right on top of that one.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Steve. He didn't hesitate to make that call, and now he'll get his chance at the line.
And he makes both free throws. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and an intentional foul right there. Here is Stevenson, and now they decide to foul intentionally. Sinks the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he's unable to get the second one. Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Nope, this one is sealed and delivered.
Now you just want to forget about this one, move on to the next game, and you got to try to get better at practice.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Nice tip in. He just seems to have a sense of where the ball's going to end up.
And he commits the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
At the line for the
Perfect from the line, and it's a 7-point ball game.
Big foul there. He hits the clutch free throws and pads their lead.
Lets it go from deep. Butler missing again. Griffin hits the reach-in call. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Gets the first, that stretches their lead to 8. Gets them both, and it's a 9-point ball game.
And that'll do it, Kevin. Those last free throws were the icing on the cake.
That's a 2 from Paul. No good. So it's Indiana picking up the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
That about does it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for watching. Now, here is our Jordan Player of the Game.